Hey everybody, in this video we're going to make a rock, paper, scissors computer user simulation. So you'll be able to click on the different choices, rock, paper, scissors, and you'll have a result and you'll have these pictures show up and the computer will randomly select what they choose. Then you can find the final result down at the bottom of the page and also use a reset button to start everything over. Okay, hope you guys enjoy. Starting off in Javascript folder that I've created, where I've created a few games here. I'm going to create a new folder, call it rock, paper, scissors, and go into that folder, create a new text document, change it to an HTML document, rps.html for rock, paper, scissors, save changes. Then I'm going to go ahead and create a JavaScript folder for it as well. So I'll just call it game.js. And might as well create a CSS file as well. Make sure I rename it as style.css. Okay, so now we can go into Canvas and open JavaScript, rock, paper, scissors, and I'll open the HTML document first. So we start off with making it doc type HTML. Okay. I've also gone to my settings and user preferences, and if you go scroll most of the way down, you see autocomplete live. It starts off as false. I've changed it to true. This will allow for some autocomplete, especially once we get into the JavaScript. That will be useful for us. So you can see this autocomplete pops up. Header, yes, and then we want a title, rock, paper, scissors, game, and remember that's what's going to show up in our tab up at the top. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to link my CSS. So this makes it so that it is a style sheet attribute. So that will be the value of it. You see it there. And reference the style.css folder that is located in our folder, which we also need to add in here. Okay. Then I'm going to create a body, and my body is going to be very simple. H1, we'll have computers choice, and then I will have H2 ID equal comp choice, and we'll start that off with a question mark. And then if you want to just copy this and paste, you can change computers to users, and then change this to our final result. Maybe call it winner. And then you're going to change your ID for each of them. So this will be, you guessed it, user choice. Sometimes that autocomplete can get in the way. But you can have this be a result. And then this will give us 3 lines with a question mark at each spot and a value that we can use, a name, we'll say, for this H2 tag that we can use later on. Then we're going to create a button that will have a class to it that will be values of choices, and give it a specific name of each of our different options, rock. And then we'll close that tag and we'll have rock show up. And we're going to give that to each one of the choices here. So we'll also have paper. Don't have to reinvent the wheel. Copy and paste is your friend whenever you can. Scissors. Okay. We're also going to have a reset button, and we're going to have this have an on the click of it. You will do a method that we will do a little bit later on, so we'll just leave that blank for now. ID can be a reset. Okay, and we'll put reset right here. So we can take a look at what this will give us. If we open this up, we have computer choice, question mark, user choice, question mark, final result, question mark. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is open up our CSS file. And just to start off, we can do something simple. Background, color, gray. You guys can now see that there's a gray background to it, but clicking these doesn't do anything yet. So that's where we need to get into our JavaScript. So if we open our game file, we need to give variables for quite a few things. The user's choice, computer choice, results, and random num. Okay. We also need to be able to click the different buttons on here. And so we can either wait to do that when we're ready for it, but I know I'm going to need a constant that will display result, and that'll be equal to a document dot get element. So we're going to get the element, the ID, my ID, and we need a name that we are of the ID that we're getting. So the name of the ID that we're going to access when we display results is right under final result. Final result, right underneath it, that will be of the ID result. So that's why we can put result in here. Constant computer pick. You don't want to do computer choice again. Document dot get element. So we're going to get the computer choice. Comp computer choice. I believe I changed the name in the HTML to comp choice. So that's what you want to put there. And let's not reinvent the wheel as we copy, paste, paste. User pick, user choice, reset button, it'll be reset. So as we use each of these in our JavaScript, we will know they will represent the location where these tags are. Okay, so is it reset that? Yeah. Okay, and then on click, we'll get that in a little bit. So first we need the functionality of the logic of the game. So compare choices function. So very simply, if user choice equals comp or computer choice. So remember the values that we're going to put here and here we are going to need to figure out, but this is what the logic will look like. If the user choice this value is the same as computer choice, the results variable will be result equals, it's a tie game. Okay, and then you can do else if, and we have user choice equals, let's say, scissors, and, so 2 ampersands, comp choice equals paper, you will win the game. So in that scenario, we can result equals you win. Okay, and so I can copy this, paste, and so there's 3 ways you can win. If you're scissors and they're paper, if you're paper and they're rock, or if you're rock and they're scissors. Now you can copy that, paste, except do computer wins in very lame font, no capitalizing or anything. So how you can lose is if rock gets beat by paper, paper gets beat by scissors, or scissors gets beat by rock. Okay. Okay, so they are saying there's an error right here. I need a semicolon on each of these spots. There we go. Curly bracket. There we go. We finished off the function. Okay, so that'll compare the choices or get the result or whatever you want to call it. We also need a way for the user to select their choice, but first we're going to do the computer seeing their choice. So function generate computer choice, and we can just say if random number. So we're going to need to do a random number generator, but if random number equals 1, else if random num equals 2, else if random equals 3. Now, I kind of did this backwards, but we need to find out a way to generate that random number. So within our function of each time we click on any of the choices. Okay, so now we need to find a way to, if we click on any of the buttons, we need to be selecting that as the user's choice. And so we have all these choices that we created for our class. And so our choices are going to be another constant, possible choices equals, now this will be a document dot query selector all. So it'll be all the dot choices. Okay, and so that dot means it's going to be the class choices, so all of them. And now we're going to do a for each loop. Possible choices dot for each, and we'll create a variable for possible choice equals, do an arrow function, possible choice dot add event listener, click. So now JavaScript knows that this is if something is clicked. Okay, so inside of that you want to create a value for what you're going to get if it's clicked, and we're going to equal and what we're going to do. So if this is checking for each possible choice that is clicked, we're going to do the function that's in here. So all the things that are in here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to set user choice equal to e.target.id. So this will allow us to target the ID of this choice we've selected. Also, when we click, we want random number to equal math.floor. This will round down any random number that we're about to get, math.random. And we multiply that by 3. Then we add 1. So math.floor will round you down. You multiply the random decimal by 3, and rounding that down will get you a random number between 0 and 2. Then we're going to plus 1, so our numbers can be 1, 2, or 3. Okay, then we're going to, after we get the random number, we want to generate the comp choice. And so let's finish this method here. Okay, so we want a way that we can set our computer's value. And very simply, we can just do computer choice equals rock. Then if it's 2, it can be paper. 3, scissors. Okay. So if we generate the computer's choice, we then want to check our results, our compare choices method. So we'll do compare choices method, and then we need to display these choices. Okay, and so we are going to need a print result. So we can do computer pick dot inner HTML. Got to capitalize every one of those. Inner HTML equals computer choice, and then user choice. User pick dot inner HTML equals user pick user choice, and then display result dot inner HTML equals result. Okay, now we're going to go test it, but we need to first add it into our HTML. And so here you have to put script src equals game.js. So we have to be able to reference it. So many people try to skip this part, but it's very important that you reference it with your JavaScript in your HTML or it won't work at all. So, okay, and I actually messed up here. This is going to be computer choice. Computer choice. So we'll replace that if you did that. Okay, then you reset. Computer wins. Computer wins. You win. And you see it switch and switch and switch. Then we'll set a reset. And so let's get a reset code in here. So we can do a function reset and say computer choice equals question mark computer pick dot inner HTML equals computer choice, and make random number equals 0. User choice equals, then user pick equals dot inner HTML equals user choice, display result dot inner HTML equals question mark. Question mark. Okay, add a semicolon on each of these. Save. Add to our on click say onClick reset and make it a function. And then when you click the reset ID, the reset function will happen. Our reset function is right here. Click computer UN and you can reset it. Okay. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you would change those to images. And so I'll add these pictures that I have in of rock, paper, and scissors. And when we go in, we'll make sure that we, instead of having computer choice just equal what it does, the inner HTML can be image src equals, and then there'll be a quote and plus computer choice plus, and then you'll do your second set of apostrophes and you'll do dot png end quote end tag. Okay, so that will make it one image tag with a .png, so rock.png. So just name all your images the exact same capitalization as this: rock.png, paper.png, scissors.png. Then add a rock, paper, and scissors PNG into the same file as your HTML into the website. Save all of that. Go ahead and actually copy, and we can paste this for the user choice as well. And then save and open it up. You pick rock. The computer picked scissors. Rock beats scissors. I win. Paper. Paper beats rock. I win. It's a tie. I win. Scissors. Computer wins. Computer, rock, scissors. Okay, so now we have our fully functional rock, paper, scissors game. There's some little things that you can add to it if you did some CSS, or we can make these buttons pictures instead of just buttons. But that's all we're going to do for this rock, paper, scissors game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Hope you join me for the next video. Thanks.